An easy way to determine whether you are consuming the right foods for your being is by the smell of your excrement and your urine. When you eat things that are good for you, your body ceases to give off an odor. When you eat things that are bad for you, your excrement, your urine, and your sweat stinks. And one of the main things that causes that, obviously, is eating flesh. Flesh is mucus forming, and that leads to every disease that you've ever known. Whether it's mucus in your lungs, which they call it pneumonia, dried up mucus in your joints, which they call arthritis, mucus around your pancreas, which they call diabetes, mucus everywhere. Just mucus is the only disease that we ever, it's the only disease that we ever known of. So what these pharmaceutical companies and the hospitals, they're treating you for the symptoms of a bad diet. You don't have anything. If you're breathing, your body is perfect. You just have to do what it takes to get back into the form that you're comfortable in. And it's uncomfortable being overweight. I mean, it's uncomfortable. Eating too much is uncomfortable. Digesting food is uncomfortable. Or digesting too much food is uncomfortable, especially the heavy meats that we put in our bodies. So when someone tells you you should eat meat, you can't eat meat, you have to determine that for yourself and listen to your body. Your body will tell you everything that you need to know about what you're consuming. Whether it's meat, whether it's vegetables, whether it's fruit, your body's going to tell you exactly whether it's for you or not. You know, we're all comprised of different energies. So I'm allergic to certain things that other people aren't allergic to. Like I have, siblings that are allergic to shellfish, or some people are allergic to milk, or some people are allergic to almonds, or it just depends. We're all different. You can't say there's one diet for anyone. Everyone has their own diet. As many people as there are on planet Earth, that's how many different diets there are on planet Earth. Everybody's made of different energies, and you can't tell somebody that they should be eating this or they should be eating that. No, that's not how it works. But what we can determine is that we shouldn't be eating flesh. And we have a lot of markers that tells us that. For one, our teeth are not sharp. Well, I have sharp teeth, but that's just me. For the most part, we have teeth that are made for grinding fruits and vegetables. We don't have sharp teeth to tear through flesh. Animals that eat flesh fresh. They kill the flesh and then they eat it. They consume it while it's still alive, whether you know it or not. When you see a lion chasing a gazelle or something in the jungle, they're eating fresh flesh that's made for them. That's why their jaws just go up and down. They don't have hinges on their jaws like we do. That's for chewing fruits and vegetables. Now, like the animals in the wild, all they have is those sharp jaws like a fucking alligator or a lion that they eat the flesh. Their bodies are made for it. Their digestive tract is made for it. Ours is not. We eat meat and it doesn't even start digesting for 3 days. And then it sits in our stomach and we put stuff on top of that, on top of that, on top of that. And then it ferments and then it creates disease. That's what they call the worms in our bodies. Yeah, you keep feeding it, and they call it the candida. So you eat the flesh, which comes out of the worms come out of the meat, and then you eat the sugar, and the sugar feeds the worms that come out of the meat, and then that's where all these diseases come from. And that's where people gain weight. And you see videos online when people pulling worms out of their intestines, and just it's disgusting. So we're not designed to eat meat. We never were. Our digestive tract is not designed for that. So once you gotta study the human body and understand what's going on, have some discipline, and stop making excuses for doing what it is that you want to do versus knowing what you should be doing. So when you stop eating meat, flesh, your body responds. Your feces ceases to give off an odor. You lose weight. You feel better. Cognitively, you get your thinking back. You do a lot of things much better when you stop consuming animal products. Because when you eat animal products, it turns you into an animal. Period. So We got to stop making excuses for why we're doing what we're doing just because we don't have the discipline to make the change, when clearly we see that we shouldn't be doing these things. If you are eating food and it's making you gain weight, and it's making you lose breath, if it's causing your ankles to swell, if it's causing discomfort in your body, there has to be something that you can do differently, and you know what that is. So stop making excuses for living the way that you're living, and have some discipline and some courage to do what it takes to be here. Otherwise, you are going to continue to age. You're going to continue to watch your people suffer. You're going to watch your mama die. You're going to watch your daddy die. You're going to watch your brothers and sisters die. Period. Unless you say something to them and tell them, hey, I don't want to be posting on social media talking about rest in peace. Like, you got to do something now while people are still here and alive. Otherwise, you will be burying your whole family. It is what it is. And I've come to the conclusion that I can't force anybody to do anything. But what I can do is not sit around and watch them kill themselves. And I refuse to do that. And that's the whole point of making these videos. So people can understand, like, hey, if I love someone, I need to tell them right now that they need to stop doing what they're doing. Otherwise, you will be burying them.